Welcome to EECHS See It Now. My name is Ming Lee Butterworth.
And my name is Lee Ming Worthbutter.
Tonight, we'll take a journey through our modern history to see where we are today in modern politics. We have interviews from former secretaries of state, former civil rights activists, former presidents, and a student from EECHS.
That's right, Ming, we do. We also have information on the gay rights movement, the controversial 2000 election, secret never foreseen 9/11 footage, potential military threats from North Korea and Syria. But first we tackle the gay rights movement with one of our field reporters, Casey Hoggart. Casey, it's all yours.
Welcome to EECHS See It Now. My name is Ming Lee Butterworth.
And my name is Lee Ming Worthbutter.
Tonight, we'll take a journey throughout modern history to see where we are today in modern politics. We have interviews from former secretaries of state, former civil rights activists, former presidents, and a student from EECHS.
That's right, Ming, we do. We also have information on the gay rights movement, the controversial 2000 election, secret never foreseen 9/11 footage, and potential military threats from North Korea and Syria. But first we tackle the gay rights movement with one of our field reporters, Casey Hoggart. Casey, it's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Casey Hoggart, and I'm here live with Quatavius Downing. How are you today?
I'm great, and you?
I'm good. I have some issues to talk to you about, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
How is your outlook on gay marriage?
Well, gay marriage is, to me, it's like a neutral feeling. I feel that you should marry who you want to marry. You should love who you want to love. You should be in love with whoever you want to be in love with. But at the same time, the Bible says that a marriage should be between a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not a woman and a woman. So therefore, you also have to look at that piece, and you have to remember that that's what people grew up on. So I'm neutral with it. It's fine with me. I'm okay.
So you're saying that it should be legal?
Yes, I feel that it should be legal because, like I said before, you should marry who you want to marry. People shouldn't have a say-so in who you marry. But at the same time, you got to think about it. People that are high up are looking at it by the biblical way because that's how they were raised in the church. And that's what most people look at, the Bible. So, me, I feel that it should be legal. Because love is love. It's not a love-hate relationship with it.
Well, no further questions then. I like where you're coming from, and oh my gosh.
I'm here with Mr. Alan Keyes, who is a conservative political activist, author, former diplomat, and perennial candidate for public office. So, Mr. Keyes, how does it feel to lose 3 presidential campaigns? And why in the world didn't you stop after the first 2? I just gotta know.
Well, frankly, I think I'm just too smart to be president anyways. It's not really that big of a deal to me. I mean, you saw my debate with Obama on gay marriage. I said basically the same thing over and over again for 10 minutes and no one even noticed. I made Obama look highly uneducated without even trying.
Well, since you brought up the debate with Obama, I would like to ask you some questions about that.
Like what?
Well, firstly, what was with the Apple story with the worm? I mean, what did that have to do with your opinions on gay marriage?
Well, you see, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, moving on. Well, exactly what are your opinions on gay marriage?
Well, like I said in the debate, the definition of marriage, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is the state of being united to a person of the opposite gender as husband or wife in a consensual and contractual relationship recognized by law, which means marriage is between a man and a woman, and that is all. When you change it to 2 husbands or 2 wives, it's no longer a marriage.
Well, doesn't this dictionary also say that marriage can be the state of being united to a person of the same gender in a relationship like that of a traditional marriage?
Well, you see, I don't know what you're talking about.
You seem to be quite confused quite often.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Well, that's all we have time for. Back to you, Ming.
That's right, Lee. I had the honor of meeting with President-elect George W. Bush. He told me about his story in battling in a brutal primary with Arizona Senator John McCain and the very close general election between himself and Vice President Al Gore. We started the conversation with the president about the brutal primary battle.
It's hard to believe that 9/11 was just 12 years ago this September. Those 4 attacks on our nation shape the way our country looks at the war on terror and how we handle our relationships with foreign countries. Our field reporter, Aaron Johnson, has more.
9/11 is a date that will live in infamy in American history. The Twin Towers were attacked. The Pentagon, the United States Foreign Policy headquarters, were assaulted, and the American spirit was diminished. On that day, 2 historic figures were in charge of America's foreign policy: Secretary of State Colin Powell and National Security Advisor to the President, Condoleezza Rice. I spoke with them earlier today. Mr. Secretary, Mrs. Rice, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Mrs. Rice, I'll start with you. You were the advisor to the President when these attacks happened. Tell me, did we see this attack coming?
Obviously, no. We received reports saying Bin Laden was determined to strike, but we didn't take them too seriously because he had made numerous empty threats, if you will, in his past.
To that effect, Aaron, we know 2 things about the attacks. We know these attacks were planned outside of our country's shores, and even if we did see the attacks coming, we could have done very little to brace the buildings for potential impact, and that Al-Qaeda would keep planning and continuing to get stronger.
Secretary Powell, with that being said, how much did we know about Al-Qaeda before the 9/11 attacks?
Not much, because we didn't know, or the little that we did know wouldn't have told us they were planning a major attack on a very, let me put emphasis on this, on a very, very powerful nation.
Ming, we also got to discuss how they rose to power in the White House with a very controversial president. But for that story, stay tuned. They will be featured in a documentary about minorities in America. We also have footage of 9/11 being planned. But for that information, back to you, Ming.